Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you to both of you today, Secretary Granholm, Administrator Ruby. It actually feels more comfortable to say Governor Granholm, but those were the good old days. But thanks for both for being here. Secretary Granholm, before we move on to the matters pertaining to nuclear deterrence, I'd like to briefly discuss the Sanford Underground Research Facility in Leeds, South Dakota, its relationship with Fermi Laboratory. This facility has been an important partner for the Department of Energy in conducting critical research in the fields of particle physics and dark matter. Sometimes I think people wonder what in the world we're doing in the Department of Energy and working on these particular areas of expertise, but this is a pretty important deal for our nation. Can you talk a little bit about the importance of the funding for this type of a facility in terms of our long-term strategies?
Yes, thank you so much for that. We're very proud of this, too. It's the deepest lab in the United States, and in the experiment with Fermi.
4,850 feet underground.
Amazing. And, of course, trying to understand the secrets of the universe, the secrets of matter, the secrets of neutrinos in this case, is super important to basic fundamental science. And the thing we say about basic research is that you may not know where it leads, but when you look back, you realize that so much, whether it's in material science or medicine, et cetera, stems from the research that's being done in these massive user facilities like at SURF. I'm pleased to say that, and you probably know this, but that in July of this year, the excavation sub-project is going to be completed. The outfitted portion will be done by September of 2026. The cosmic rays in the first site detector at SURF will be in 2029, and first neutrinos in 2031. So we're going to continue to support this. Hopefully Congress will continue to support it with your leadership as well.
I totally agree, and I just think the message that we need to be sending is neutrinos are very important.
Neutrinos are very important.
Great, thank you. Administrator Ruby, can you update us on the current issue, and this may be getting into the weeds a little bit, but I think it's important to bring it to our attention, the current issue with the availability of high explosive binders and how this could affect our current modernization plan. Specifically, it's a chemical that binds these high explosives together, and apparently it is associated, those that are available to us have a PFAS component to them. And since we're trying to eliminate PFAS, we really have a problem when it comes to this type of a product which needs that particular a component in it. Can you talk a little bit about that and what our plans are?
Yeah, thanks, Senator Rounds. Let's see. It is true that we buy a PFAS binder from the commercial sector, and this product is no longer going to be made by the primary manufacturer, and it does then mean that we need to develop another binder or another source for this binder, and we're working hard on that. So we have several lines of effort. The first and most important, I think, is that we're going to recycle as much as we can the current binder that we have in the system to stay on schedule for our weapon delivery programs. We are looking at also potentially, well, we're going to buy as much binder as we can from the supplier before they stop making it.
And the reason why they're stopping making it is because we've all identified that PFAS is really dangerous in the environment, but most of that's from firefighting, not necessarily from a plastic component that we would be using in this type of a binder, correct?
That's right. This is a complicated environmental issue. The particular PFAS material involved in the binder that we care about has not been shown to have an adverse effect on human health. However, it does last a long time, and as a result, the EPA is, lumping these together into a system that they don't want in the environment. So we have to find an alternative, and we have to use all the things that we currently have to get through our current program, and we have a very active group of people who are working this intensely. so that we can stay on schedule, but obviously we can't have nuclear weapons without effective explosives.
Or perhaps as an alternative, getting an exception for this type of a use for a PFAS that is not hurting the environment.
Yeah, that,
I know it gets into policy areas, but
that's
it's
a
a real
complicated
problem for you.
policy area,
Yeah.
correct.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.